All right, it's time for the League of Champions, brought to you by UEFA on your home of champions. Yes, some of Europe's finest were back in action today for round of 16 second leg action. We begin our recap with 14-time champions Real Madrid facing off against RB Leipzig at the Santiago Bernabeu, with Los Blancos holding a 1-0 first lead over the Red Bulls. Let's take the highlights.
Dani Olmo and Šeško. Well, the flag will stay down. Might go up if the ball goes into the net. He's lining it up here, but he doesn't put it in the net. Nicely done by Šeško. And here is Xavi Simons. He's got the defender up with him. Pass actually was just into him rather than in front of him to chase his own pass. In by Tchouaméni. Well, it's not quite carrying Benzema in there these days. Šeško trying to make the run in behind, and Openda has found space again. Can he finish this time? Well, there's your answer. It's by Henriks. And underneath it was back. In play by Raum Simons, and it was a challenging outswinger, and it comes to Openda. It's another sight at goal. Bellingham up in support. Vinicius hasn't really seen him. And the cutback for Valverde, and now Bellingham. And now Kroos. And a wonderful save. He's only got Vinicius up with him. Rodrigo, maybe not needed. Vinicius, it's a brilliant counter-attacking goal. It's by far the best moment from Real Madrid tonight.
Great little link up between the two, Bellingham and Vinicius.
Well, if the goal, maybe Real Madrid thought that might take some of the steam out of Leipzig's performance. That's not been the case. Been a great response. Raum. And that's a fantastic response from Orban. It's won by Post. And looped onto the top of the bar by Dani Olmo, the Spaniard. Yeah. They're seconds away from getting knocked out. Mendy, there's time for one more attack. No, there isn't. Real Madrid have done it. Goodness me, Alan, they've done it the hard way.
Real Madrid, they're advancing 2-1 on aggregate. So team, of course, Real Madrid, as we've said, when it comes to the Champions League, there's a sort of confidence, a sort of authority whenever they take part in this competition. Real Madrid, they got the job done. Nevertheless, it wasn't like a massive goal-scoring game as many people would have expected in the past. Real Madrid have been a bit muted when it comes to goal-scoring this season, but just getting the job done, doing exactly what was required of them.
Yeah, well, RB Leipzig weren't an easy opposition for them, but Real Madrid, they hardly stutter at this stage of the UEFA Champions League, and that strike by Vinicius and the link-up with Bellingham, quite special. Based on Vinicius's movement off the ball, that pass coming from Bellingham wasn't totally predictable, and it took a little bit of vision and clinical, passing skills from Bellingham just to place the ball into that area for Vinicius to run onto. So I was quite impressed with that goal.
Yeah, I don't think it was predictable at all, Lance. I think it was a beautiful pass. But, I think Leipzig will be extremely disappointed to lose this tie, and I think to end up in a draw in this second leg. When you look at the highlights, when you watch the game, especially in that first half, a number of opportunities for the Leipzig team. They had 20 shots for the entire match, and a lot of them from good positions as well. Only 4 of those on target. So I think when they look back at their performance, they will think to themselves, we had the opportunities in this match to threaten Real Madrid a lot more than we did, and we were not able to put them away, or at least make the Real Madrid goalkeeper make a few more telling saves. So I think they will leave quite disappointed that the second leg especially has ended 1-1, and they are the ones eliminated from this competition.
Well, Brent Sancho, he was on Champions League duty. I believe he's also working right now, but he's stepping away to give us some of his time. Brent, what a finish from Vinicius Jr. today, of course, with that assist from the man, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, a terrific assist, and you know we're very concerned about obviously throughout the game. You know, it wasn't the type of game that Real Madrid is used to be playing, but you know you have to give credit to and teams like Real Madrid and Manchester City when they get to this stage of the competition, they turn on the style, and it was a terrific assist by Jude Bellingham, who didn't have one of his better games. None of the Real Madrid players really, but that's what they have. They have quality, they have match winners, and they have people that can get results when it matters.
Yeah, and Ricardo just mentioned about RB Leipzig feeling a bit hard done that they let the result turn out like this, a 1-0 draw against a team like Real Madrid. RB Leipzig had a couple of chances which they went on to squander.
Yeah, they created a lot of chances, Leipzig, and similar in the first. You know, they're a team that really, when they look back at this game and they look back at what transpired, they only really have themselves to blame. And it's not just you know, chances that by the way chances. They were guilted chances, genuine chances to get on the score sheet. 1-1v1 with Sesko in the first half, where he really should have put away and a bevy of chances throughout the game that maybe should have seen them going ahead. But when you're in that situation, you're playing in the Bernabeu and you get those sorts of opportunities, if you don't put it away, you're really asking for trouble. And I think that's what transpired today for RB Leipzig.
Yeah, and the fact is, Brent, when they came to this assignment, they would have come into this assignment with some confidence, because in their away matches so far in this term of the UEFA Champions League, they've scored at least 2 goals in all of their away games. So they have shown the tendency to not be intimidated by an away assignment. Not that the Santiago Bernabeu is a normal away fixture, but they addressed the assignment with confidence, and Real Madrid knew they were in a game.
Yeah, and you know, they as well, Lance, they should have been buoyed by their first leg performance against Real Madrid, and coming into this with 1 goal down, they should have felt that they had every opportunity. And I think you just hit the nail on the head. The genuine belief that you need to get a result in the Bernabeu or get those sorts of results wasn't there. When you look at the opportunities that were missed, it lacked conviction, it lacked belief, it lacked really a goal scorer's instinct. It looked like a team that seemed resigned in their faith that they will not push on past this phase, and the first leg was enough to get them out of the competition. So, yeah, you know, it is disappointing as it relates to the results. And as you rightfully said, they have been good on the road. And I just felt that throughout the 90 minutes, despite their brilliant start, it always looked like they didn't believe that they can get the results in the Bundesliga. They didn't believe they could turn the tire around. And I think really and truly, when you sum it up in its total, that's probably why they're out at this moment and Real Madrid is moving forward.
Yeah, good on Real Madrid, and they would not have to wait too long to find out who their opponent will be. They will find out on March 15. We're going to turn now our attention to my side of Manchester, the blue side that is, where defending champions Manchester City took a 3-1 lead back to the Etihad Stadium against the Danish side, Copenhagen, who were hoping to spring a massive surprise. Let's see how things unfolded.
There's a chance for him to get involved tonight. Rico Lewis went for the return. Yeller tucked it away. It's out for, well, it should be a corner. Alvarez with the delivery in towards that near post, and it's smashed in by Akanji. Chelsea here. They've still got the job done eventually. Here is Oscar Bob, smashing his way through the Copenhagen defence and winning yet another corner. It's a hefty one towards the far post, and Rodri has hit the crossbar. Unmarked, evading his marker. Here's Alvarez. Oh, he slipped through the hands of Grabara. And across, bounding forward, comes El Yunusi into the box. Oscarson, El Yunusi. Haaland trying to get in here between the two centre-halves. He's worked onto his left foot and drawn it brilliantly into the goal. He's a deep-lying central midfield player, one for the future. And we've seen a few of those tonight. Manchester City in 7th heaven for the 7th time in 7 years. They are quarter-finalists once again.
All right, so Manchester City cruising into the quarterfinals. Brent, we said so on the Champions League show.
Yeah, look, I do think they are favorites to go on and win the title. And, you know, in the pre-game build-up to the game today, and of course on SportsMax, we talked about being successful as a team, having a winning culture, and how difficult it is. Because what Pep has been able to do is not just win one season or one season off. He's been able to do that consistently. And I talked about the fact that, of course, in sports, and I think the viewers need to understand how difficult that is in sports to do. We see Kansas City Chiefs done it. We see New England Patriots do it in the NFL. We've seen the dynasty with Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. One thing always stands up and always in the conversation of culture, belief, buy-in by the players to do this day in, day out. And when you look at Pep Guardiola's team, it just seems like a bulb is switched on right around now. They know they're playing for domestic trophies in the EPL. They know they have a chance to defend their European Championship. And everything is switched on. Everything is stepped up a notch. Everything is moved on a gear. And all of their top players have come to the forefront and understand that they need to deliver to get the results or get to the end line. And they do that season in, season out. And you have to give them credit because easily, when you look at them play, they just seem to be from another planet.
Yeah, and a lot of consistency there from Akanji. Today he was so good with that assist and, of course, the goal. And Erling Haaland goes without saying. Again, another top-class performance from him.
Yeah, it was a good finish by Haaland. At the end of the day, we know what he's capable of doing. He shows his pedigree. It's not as consistent as it was in the first season. And albeit, of course, he's had his injury problems and he hasn't had a real run of games to really get him into that sort of standards that we've seen from him when he's put on the Manchester City shirt. But truth be told, moving forward, this is where it counts. This is where he's going to be important because everything will be forgotten if he goes on to a similar sort of scoring streak that he had in the first season moving forward in the business end of things. And who's going to count against him doing well moving, because we've already seen it. We've seen flashes of it. As I said, once he gets the run again, gets the rhythm back and starts doing what he does best, it just makes City an almost unplayable team.
Yeah, and Brent, all I will say is a good warm-up ahead of that Liverpool clash on Sunday. I want to thank you so much. I know it's been a long day so far for you. We'll talk again soon. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, guys, have a great one.
All right, Brent Sancho there, our football correspondent. A reminder, viewers, the Champions League lives on your home of champions, and you can catch all the action, of course, right here on your channels, or you can head across and download the SportsMax app. It's break time, yeah?
Yeah.